I think he was a prick, if I'm being honest with
Oh,
you.
nah.
No, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. That was an over celebration. This video is being brought to you with thanks to our friends at Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to not only browse the internet entirely anonymously, but also very securely. Surfshark will secure your data with industry-leading measures using uncrackable encryption and the most secure VPN protocols. One subscription with Surfshark will work across all of your devices. I use it for unlocking things like American Netflix. We also use it if we want to watch our Canadian DAZN account and a couple of other bits and pieces. The good news is you can get 83% off. That's right, I did say 83% off. And an additional 3 months free using the Anfield Agenda link in the description. They've also got a really credible and unique 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like Surfshark, it doesn't meet your needs, which I'm going to be honest with you, it will and you won't. But if you do, if you want to change, Surfshark give you 30 days to change your mind. Why not give Surfshark a try? You'll be supporting us here at Anfield Agenda and you'll be treating yourself to the best VPN provider out there, bar none. Bit of a rehash about what happened at the weekend at Goodison Park, and another, fair to say, Chris, another underwhelming performance from Jurgen Klopp's Reds.
I wouldn't say so. I think we had the chances to win the game. It was just an underwhelming ability of finishing for me, and a world-class performance from Jordan Pickford. It was obviously very, very frustrating to see. And they could have won the game. We could have won the game. It was one of those. I wasn't too angry or annoyed about it. I was more angry and annoyed after Fulham and Palace and United. United was a million times worse than that. But yeah, it's frustrating not to get the win, obviously. I just hope we come back. I really, really hope we win on Wednesday and Saturday.
So, Paddy, we are 18 points potentially into a season. We've dropped half the points that are on the table already. Where is your mind at with what is realistic for Liverpool this season?
It's a bit weird, isn't it? Because usually that would be extremely detrimental, and I think we have done kind of a lot of damage. But City have dropped uncharacteristically a good few points as well. I don't know. It's a weird one. I did kind of say after the Everton game that was it for the title, or at least even talking about it. I think you need to see a string of wins first. But it's been a weird season. Everton played well, to be fair. I only got to watch the first half properly because obviously I was at a festival and the internet was shite. Couldn't get it going for the second half. But we had the chances, and as Chris said, it wasn't like the United game where we created nothing. We actually looked all right, but Everton were just very resolute, and I would have said the draw was a fair result. What's realistic? I don't know. Just you focus on winning a few games and making sure you qualify for the top four. But I think I would say is we've been lucky enough that teams around us have been pretty poor as well. There's been no real standouts. City have been obviously standouts, I suppose, but they still have dropped about four. How many points?
4 points.
Four.
Yeah.
So that's a glimmer of hope. I thought City would have been perfect, to be honest.
What Paddy said is true. There's been points dropped around us as well, Chris, which has helped us out a little bit. On the Everton game, though, I mean, we've seen Jurgen Klopp take off Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think it's fair to say, Chris, he has not had a great start to the campaign.
No, but I think that one thing I said in the post-match stream on the weekend was that completely changed the game. That substitution in a negative sense. Yes, Trent wasn't great, but he did have Anthony Gordon and / Damari Gray, whoever's on that side at the time's number. They didn't really have too much joy down that side. Whereas when Milner came on, you could just tell it was like a vulture sniffing their prey. They just went at Milner. Why wouldn't they? He's 37 years old, slow, and they managed to beat him, and that's where the goal came from eventually. But yeah, Trent's not had a great start to the season, but he should never have come off on Saturday. And if he did come off, he should have come off for Matip, and Gomez should have gone to right back, because Milner at right back against Gordon or Gray was a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, I think that's fair, Chris. We definitely fell away. One change that I did think made a big difference to the game, and Paddy, you may not have seen this, but I think you will get the greater point I'm saying, is Bobby Firmino coming on. I thought he made a big difference, and I think it's fair to say we have seen Bobby rediscover some form over the last few games.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, I fairly wrote him off. I was like, yeah, he's finished. But he's had somewhat of a renaissance. And I suppose as a forward player, confidence is key. And to be instrumental in that 9-0 thrashing of Bournemouth has obviously done him wonders. And you could argue he was hard done by not starting against Everton. He probably deserved to start. I was happy to see Nunez start because I just think I just like Nunez, and he was very unlucky not to get a goal. But yeah, Bobby's been really good, and it's going to be very important to have him as a key player. And we'll talk about it later on, I'm sure. But he could be key in a potential position or in a potential formation change also.
Yeah, this formation change, Chris, we've all been talking about it. And by all, I mean the media, fans, everyone. We flirted with this 4-2-3-1, but Jurgen hasn't flirted with it on the pitch.
It was sort of like a 4-2-4 in the end on the weekend, wasn't it? It was all out attack and basically just see if we can outscore them. We didn't score anything, especially with the midfield selection. And then obviously throwing Firmino on, then throwing Jota on as well. It was sort of just going all out for it. But on Bobby, I thought he was absolutely delicious when he came on. It was prime Bobby Firmino, linking the play up deep in between the midfield and attack areas. Being able to find a key pass. Sometimes, right, where, and I know you boys will see it as well, when Bobby Firmino is like the world's most frustrating human. Like when there's a clear pass on and he just decides to do something wacky. He was actually going for it. He was decisive, made the right passes, and was so unlucky not to score, wasn't he?
As you did say, though, and I think Paddy will probably agree, it was a great game from Jordan Pickford. He made some very, very, very good saves, and we could have won the game. We could have lost the game. But I tell you what I did notice, Paddy. Connor Cody didn't half fucking celebrate when he thought he'd scored, mate. Oh, he was given a Billy Big Bollocks, and I was a little bit surprised by that, to be honest.
My brother, who's the Everton fan, was keeping me updated via text, and as you can imagine, wasn't happy with Connor Cody's goal being disallowed. But yeah, he was definitely. I think that's good though, from a professional point of view, because I know he's a Liverpool fan, but he's an Everton player and he's a footballer first, and it's a bit like Carragher celebrating for Liverpool, even though he's a boyhood Everton fan. I think it's the same thing, and I think it's definitely endeared him to the Everton fans who may have had a question mark over him or his loyalties, but he certainly put any of them doubts to bed. But he's also done himself out with being a guest at an Anfield halftime show on one of the Legend packages.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to disagree here. I think he was a prick, if I'm being honest with you. Nah. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Connor Cody has always been well respected by Liverpool fans and held in decent esteem for going and rebuilding his career. That was an over celebration, if anything. I mean, it wasn't quite Anthony kissing the badge after a few minutes, which was disgustingly fucking cringe in itself. But I don't like that from Cody. I don't like it. It wasn't just celebration. It was really have a bit of this, like. It was over the top.
Not for me. I really like Connor Cody.
Chris, I could say that Connor Cody, my mother, and you'd go, do you know what? I can probably see why. I can probably see why.
I would like to confirm I would not say that. However, now I honestly, being a footballer is a job at the end of the day, and he scored a goal that could have potentially been a massive win for his team. They haven't won all season. I think it's perfectly justifiable.
I think he got his karma, exactly what he fucking deserved when it was ruled out. Good enough for him. Fuck him.
If he didn't celebrate like that, there would have been questions over his loyalties. I think he had to. And I think on the back of the result and hearing people doubt your kind of your character or your where your loyalties lie, I think it's just, it's a big game. It is a derby, and he would know no more than anyone how big that game is. So I just think the occasion may have got the better of him, but I think it was. I wouldn't have been complaining about it. I thought it was fair dues. Like if we ever signed an Everton player and he scored for us,
Paddy, we aren't signing any blue shit. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we bought an Everton player directly, if ever.
I remember Xavier, Beardsley, and a couple of others going the opposite direction, but and Barnby. I can't remember Everton to Liverpool though. Off the top of my head,
Gary Ablett was one apparently.
Yeah, he's the guy that he died. He's actually passed away, hasn't he? I remember that he played.
That's a good show. Gary Ablett's a great player, by the way, great baller.
But there's not been many. There hasn't been any direct transfers since 2002, which is the year I was born.